All right, guys, we're gonna be playing some 2 Kill Arrows, as you can see from the logo here. It is a BL game, so you know it's gonna be nice, spicy, juicy, delicious, amazing, and I'm gonna be voice acting it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Are you guys ready? You ready? Is that BL Games? Oh my god, Dag joined at the exact right time. Let's start. I have too many imperfections. This dry, cracked shell that I live in each day. Unrefined hands, claws that scratch when I cling to people. Eyes that bore into them full of greed and expectations. Insatiable, unfadeable. A mouth that incoherently spouts anything to keep them close. Lies, manipulation, deceit, desperation. Selfishness, possessiveness. Oh. I didn't read all that. Quaysmere City, alleyway, 3 a.m. morning. This is scary, bro. This is scary. Cable, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Bounding through the streets, rain pelted my skin. The wind whipped and tore past me, pushing against me with resistance. Is that me? Melrose? Back off! My voice rang out through heaves of uneven breaths, paired with the swift strikes of metal colliding against alleyway bricks. Not far behind was a set of rampaging feet, splashing about the wet pavement with no intention of stopping. Ooh, angry man. You won't get away from me! Another swift strike, and the steel echoed off the nearest pole I had only passed a second ago. My heart nearly tore through my chest. The sensation of 1,000 needles plagued the bottom of my heels, and the calves of my legs threatened to burst. My drenched jacket made it hard to move. Leave me alone! Ah! My shoe caught on a pothole on the sidewalk, throwing me forward. Ah! If I lingered for even a second longer, the next swing he gave me would have landed on my left shoulder, not the right. Losing one show, I kicked off the other for better balance. You should have thought about that when I told you to stay away from Hendy. Who, Hendy? I didn't know who you were. It was true. I never met him a day in my life, but he outdid me anyway. Talking to him was like communicating with a wall. I don't care about your damn excuses. Running from him became harder. Crossing the city bridge to escape was out of the question, and I didn't know where to run next. My home was in the complete opposite direction, and I had nothing on me to defend myself. No opening to call the police. If anyone saw us, they did a damn good job of ignoring it. At 3 a.m., most people were at home, sleeping in the comfort of their beds. Then there was me, being chased by some scorned fucking lunatic. Asher, Melrose. I hoisted myself onto the bridge railing and threw a leg over just as the voice rang out from an oncoming car. The headlights beamed a blinding light that stopped both me and my assailant in our tracks. Wait, what? Did you say Asher? Wait a minute. Asher, my bad. I'm just hearing what I want to hear. Listen, Asher, let's just go home and stop this shit, okay? So you can tell me not to worry about him? Nah, no fucking way, Andy. Please, Asher, we can just go home and talk about it. I don't ever want to talk to him again. I promise. Am I a joke to you? You said that about the last one. They got some issues. With his back turned to me, I only had now to escape. I didn't think Hendy could calm him down for me. He was far too angry. I had to do something or else he'd surely bludgeon me to death. So I took a deep breath and threw myself into the lake beneath the bridge. Smart. Or was it? The apartment floor glistened freshly from the trail of water I'd left behind. The landlady made it her personal mission to mop it up the moment I entered. She'd just woken up, and seeing my state prompted her concern. Almost immediately, my body sank into the couch, like a stone, wet and cold, against the cushion. Far too tired to talk about anything else. I lay there, wavering between consciousness for roughly a few minutes before one of the other doors in the apartment opened. Out came a young woman, my roommate, my best friend of about 14 years. What the hell happened? Why are you soaking wet? Take those off right now. Cute. She tugged at the back of my jacket, trying to peel me up from behind. Unfortunately, I was too tired to move. Can you let me lay here for a bit? Hell no. Get up. Yeah, buddy, tell me. Is this Hendy's doing? I slowly sat up and leaned against the backrest while she took a seat on the dry cushion beside me. The last time we spoke, I told her I'd stay at his place for the night, so the assumption wasn't far-fetched. What was he doing over there? Getting me to talk about it was another issue. There was something humiliating about being in the same situation again, not once, not twice, not even just a third or fourth time. Frankly, the window for hearing any "I told you so's" had passed. I'd rather that we didn't make a big deal about it anymore. Marlo continued to look at me with the same concerned face she always wore whenever I showed up looking nuts, waiting for me to tell her. Some guy named Asher popped over to his place unannounced and caught us together. The situation got sticky after that. No, what kind of sticky are we talking about here? Probably not the good kind. Marlo furrowed her brows and kept listening attentively. Turns out Asher is Hendy's boyfriend of 3 years. They've had this thing where Hendy apparently cheated on him before too. What? So he made you walk home by yourself? Walk home. Yes, of course. May, what did he do? The alarm on her face increased upon my remark, and the small sense of humor I felt about the situation drained away, replaced by disgust and fear. He didn't do anything, and by that I mean literally nothing. His boyfriend chased me with the metal bat from his apartment to Quasimir Bridge. For real? If I had thrown myself over into the lake, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you. He was literally trying to kill me. My God, are you okay? You're not hurt anywhere, right? Minus aching feet and stiffness in my back, no. Thank goodness. Seriously, what the hell? Oh, the landlady. You need to file a report with the police, honey. It might cause trouble for Hendy. Earning a boy's approval is the last thing you need to be worrying about right now. That Asher sounds dangerous. Grandma is right, May. As far as I'm concerned, you need to cut him off entirely. I opened my mouth to retort, but she denied me the opportunity, grabbing a fistful of my soaked sleeves. We are not going to keep going through this. When they show their asses, you leave, yes? Mate, come on. This is getting crazy. I mean, crazy is like normal for you at this point, but love isn't like this, dude. Well, it must be nice to know what it's like, right, Mar? Marlo shook her head and rolled her eyes, struggling to get her point across. Don't do that. Not now. Honestly, you don't need him. You don't need any of these jerks who keep tossing you around. I'm getting tossed around. Oh my goodness. Annoyance cropped up inside me and my lips curled into a mock smile. It's so easy for you to say that. Look at you go. Stop being an ass, okay? I'm saying you deserve someone who loves you. Are we not in agreement on this? We are. Then what is your problem? I have to settle for what I can get. That's my problem. No, you don't. Mr. Right will show up. I believe that for you. Just like you believed in praying to, what's his face, for your current fiance? His name is Eros, the god of love. And yes, I'm sure that he helped me find Esmond. The reddening of her cheeks made the twisted feeling inside my chest intensify. I could hardly hold back the furl of my lips. Won't be the last time, I'll tell you what. A pure love that she found by praying to the very thing that held a long-standing connection to my family, but love in almost every form eluded me. So I just have to be loveless until the good old arrow shoots my future partner in the heart and say, it's finally time for Melrose to experience genuine affection. No? What? You have people that love you, Melrose. I don't want people. I want a person. Then I love you. You and I both know that's not what I want to hear right now. Marlo couldn't even look at me after that. It had taken everything in me not to say something even worse. Why am I an asshole? She wasn't to blame for my poor luck, and it was wrong to make it out as if it was. To get out on her as if it was. I shouldn't have said that, but deep inside, it felt good. Okay, it's been a night. Before we say anything else that could, I'm sorry. No, not right now. Let's just go to bed, okay? Take these sewed clothes off, will you? Yeah. I'll see you in the morning. I mean, like, when the sun is up. With that, she disappeared into her room and closed the door behind her. The landlady took a seat in the chair next to the TV, playing some late-night movie. She didn't look at me, but her body faced me. I imagined that she had something to say about our dispute. Lecture me. Marlo was more like a granddaughter to her than I was a grandson. I don't think she enjoyed my upsetting her. You want to yell at me, don't you? The discussion was between you and Marlo. It was no place for me. She grabbed the remote from the coffee table and turned the channel to the 5 a.m. news. Make sure the volume was a soft murmur alongside her voice. Making sure. However, I believe you owe her a sincere apology. Oh, you don't want to leave things like that with her leaving and all. Right. Fiancé meant changing everything we had. The boxes around the apartment were starting to increase, and she would be gone soon. Far too soon. Not that I hated Esmond, he was perfect for her. Sometimes too perfect. As if Eros had the time of his life, finding her the absolute best match in the world. I'm happy for her, but it's something I've wanted for so long and, well, something else. We both came from nothing, but she managed to find someone who actually wanted her. And a quick little prayer to Eros made that happen one night? Laughable. But is it entirely hard to believe? I rose from the couch and dragged myself to the fridge. Beauty. We were running low on groceries again, a note I left for myself with later. Instead, I took a can of beer from the lower drawer and helped myself to it. Now that I'm gonna lecture you on. Beer at 5 a.m. You're starting the day off wrong, Sonny. Yesterday isn't over until I go to sleep. I dragged my heels towards the room behind her as she continued to watch the television. Under what conclusion? My own. Good night, Grandma. She gave my arm a light pat in passing. Don't sleep in those clothes. Okay. I went into my room and closed the door, surrounded by darkness and the sound of ceiling fan. Fire, set to a low speed. I remember sitting down in my bed. I don't remember removing the wet clothes. 12 p.m. 3 weeks have passed since that incident. Marlo and I had long since resumed talking like we usually did. Hurtful words were the least of my offenses to her after all these years. But she warned me that if I ever responded to her declaration of love like that again, then she'd never say it again, no matter how much I begged her to. I considered that a fair punishment. The slowly overcrowded apartment started to feel emptier, and Marlo was spending way less time here. Walking into her room, I realized how barren this space was. This was just a means for laying her head down while she was away from home. Her new home with Esmond across town, where the people were nicer and the buildings were prettier. Just a prince taking his princess to his humble abode, leaving me to my own devices. I'd never truly lived alone before. There was always someone to fill the space. One may even say even now I wasn't fully alone. I'll have yours done soon. You shouldn't leave them lying around, even if they're clean. Yes, Grandma. Yeah, not if Grandma had anything to say about it. She lived in the flat next door, but since taking Marlo and me as tenants, she found herself in our apartment regularly. Common apartments function primarily by her family. She's been running them for years and awaiting the day that one of her children returns to operate them in her stead. I recall her drunken declaration of adopting us as her kids not long after we first moved in. Something about how the top floor of the building felt eerie on her end of it sometimes. Regardless, it may not have officially been inked, but she made it clear in the way she spoke to us. Why are there so many crazed buffoons these days? Bless their hearts! I looked up from my notepad to find her blocking the TV, eyes focused on the screen. A hamper of what appeared to be my laundry still locked between her underarm and hip. What? She looked over her shoulder at me and pressed the power button on the TV before turning on the vintage radio she'd gifted to us. A station of old tunes filled the room. Just the usual being unusual is all. Don't worry your head about it. The unusual being the usual, huh? Hi, Fuzzy. Oh. Have a good night, Lycan. She approached me, rummaging through her pants pockets for something. An old, worn, hand-sized envelope with something kind of sturdy and with some kind of sturdy thing inside. It took a moment to recognize it as a letter I'd received from a relative, one I'd thrown out years ago after being upset that they never reached out to me when my parents died. I hadn't seen it in 4 years. Where did you get this? Oh, she's kind of close. Just the other night, Marlo came to me and told me to give it back to you. Said she forgot that she'd been keeping it all this time. She placed it in my palm, and I cracked a faint smile. Her eyes twinkled with interest. You should open it, see what's inside. Part of me didn't want to, feeling just a bit of shades of the same disdain as before. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious, if not just to please her. I opened the envelope and pulled out a wooden case. A wooden case? What is it, a pair of glasses? A pair of glasses made with a prescription just for you? If it was, would you gift it to me, Sonny? I'd humor it. But it wasn't a pair of fancy glasses. In fact, it was a vintage rose gold fountain pen with a red shard embedded into the base. It looks priceless. Didn't you speak of something about this from your mother? I continued to stare at the item and recalled my mother's musing about an item owned by my great-great-grandmother, something that fueled the wild stories of Eros and my family. Magic pen alert! My mother always wanted it when she was younger, but my grandmother kept her distant from my great-great-grandmother because of her strange babblings and habits. Mother never got to play with her, let alone touch the pen. Yeah, did Mar say where she found it? No, just that she kept it to give back to you when you were ready for it. She said you'd thrown it in the trash. I did. I thought it was gone forever. But she had it. I can't believe this. What was the story behind that pen again? Something involving the terror of Eros and such. I know you two had a thing for mentioning it when you arrived here. The tale of Psyche. This pen is a family keepsake passed from generation to generation. Rather, what's inside it. A smooth texture dragged across my finger as I directed her attention to the shard ingrained in the intricately designed pen. My mother once told me that it had been a kaleidoscope at a point in my great-great-grandmother's life. It had changed forms across decades, centuries even. The only consistent thing about the keepsake was the red shard embedded in it. The veritable treasure, the broken piece from Eris's arrow. Plot, lore. Oh shit. It's the remnant from Eris's arrow, the one that Psyche took and fired at him once he'd gotten close enough to her. He caused her so much emotional turmoil, and when she was finally at her wit's end from all his mischief, she took her revenge by shooting him with his own arrow. I lost a lot of the story over the years, but contrary to the tale, my mother loved the story, and she loved Eros, going as far as comparing him to my father. Hard to believe a man as chivalrous as my father could be anything like that selfish clown of a god. Never had I ever seen him make my mother cry or suffer before their passing. They were a perfect match, too. Is that the tale? I remember hearing something like he shot himself. You see, he felt that there was only so much you could do to give everyone true love and care, so he gave up his body to the earth to spread love across the planet. Are you sure you're remembering that tale right, Grandma? I don't know, Sonny. I hardly pay attention to the stuff as much as Marlowe does. Young people are quite into the whole praying to the god of love thing than us single old folks. No! Granny's single. Gotta get her a hot man in her area, a hot gilf. You didn't believe in your youth either? No, of course not. To me, it was all just as silly as a fortune reading and horoscopes. But I enjoyed listening to my friends gush about it. Even my late husband said something about praying to meet me. Hopeless romantics are adorable. Fix it and step up. That's crazy. That's crazy. I would for you, Granny. Not so sure if that was a hopeless romantic thing. Pretty sure people just wanted something to put their faith into. Where the hot men at? Eventually, she returned to her own apartment and left me alone. Save for grabbing some food and a drink or going to the bathroom, I did nothing today, except scribble or scroll through social media. My days off were boring if there were no plans to spend them with another person. Marlo was busy, and our other friends were more like acquaintances to someone I'd invite to drink or hang out with later. Hang without her. I just had myself as company. Occasionally, my eyes gazed at my phone resting on the coffee table. Guess he really meant it. Andy hadn't sent anything since that night. 3 whole weeks of fighting the urge to text him, fighting the urge to call him. Hoping that maybe he would reach out to me. For nearly 8 months, the two of us had been in an intimate relationship. Bro, 8 months! Damn! Hi, Trashy. Hello. I spent most of my time with him to fill the emptiness that formed after Marlo and Esmond became exclusive. He listened to me talk about being alone. He listened to me talk about feeling insignificant. He only listened. But did he ever absorb what I said? Did he even care? 8 whole months, and he didn't care about a single thing I said or did. Only way he could get out of me. Ah. A sour taste filtered at the back of my throat, and I reached for the wine cooler on the table to wash it down. My notepad was full of scribbles and scratches of tattoo designs. Designs I used to cover the potential mistakes I'd made, but each one had some kind of visual meaning for me. The forms and shapes that came to my mind easily became evasive. Too many blanks frustratingly drawn. I couldn't focus on what I wanted it to look like. I couldn't create how I felt through the art. Annoyingly, my gaze kept falling on the phone every so often. His number probably hasn't changed. I rubbed my left temple and clenched the pen in my hand, shoving my eyes down to the page again. Don't call him. I jumped into the lake. He probably isn't aware that I survived. Maybe he thinks my phone got damaged too. Don't text him. Asher's likely with him, so he probably can't spare a second to talk to me. He doesn't care. He's Probably trying to protect me. It's been 3 weeks since Asher tried to kill me. It's been 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Why didn't he at least check on me once? Maybe he already tried to text or call me. I extended my hand to the phone, feeling the coolness of the untouched screen against my fingertips. My arm shook and my fingers twitched, rejecting the urge to curl around the device. I can't. Who's ringing? I snatched the phone from the table and the screen lit up with an incoming spam caller. Ugh, fuck you! I quickly declined the call and slouched against the backrest. The radio continued to rattle on. Music stations have changed to podcasts now. The windows behind me cast a large orange light over my form on the couch. Besides the radio chatter, there was an occasional sound of the fridge, maybe a thump from outside the apartment, but other than that, the atmosphere isolated me. I caved. I found his number in my contacts and I called him. I called him 4 times. Each went straight to voicemail. I texted him. Oh. Yikes. Hey, I know it's been 3 weeks since then. Wanted to tell you, I'm okay. 4 times, brother. You gotta pack it up. You gotta pack it up. Blocked you, baby. How have you been? Asher didn't seem too happy that night. Ooh, scene. I feared I was gonna die. I probably would have if you hadn't shown up. That had to be tough for you too. I know you told him you wouldn't talk to me again. But did you mean that? My guy, please. No, I mean, if that's what you want, but I thought you'd at least tell me goodbye. Yikes. Yikes. Before I knew it, my fingers had minds of their own. I sent every thought to him, coherent or not. I lost track of how many texts I'd sent, but with each text, my chest clenched and pressure built in my head because I could see that he was reading them. He was seeing them all, but he wasn't responding to me. Why won't you respond? I can see that you're reading them. Do you really not care about me? Crash out. Does 8 months together mean so little to you? My shoulders shook, my neck tensed, and my teeth gritted. He just kept reading and not responding. Was he even there? Honestly, I didn't know. But the rage welled up in me the longer he ignored me. Bring! Uh-oh. I paused, stunned to see his number pop up on my screen. He actually called me? I answered after a few rings. Have you lost your mind? A chill ran down my spine at the tone of his voice. The distant sound of music in the background led me to remember that he normally worked a shift at Solar during this time of day. Why haven't you called me? Texted me, anything before now? You jumped off the fucking bridge. I was scared as shit. You were scared and that kept you from reaching out? Yes, Melrose. You jumped in the lake. I thought you were dead. I hadn't heard from you until now, and this is how you come at me? You have Marlowe's number. You didn't even bother to reach out to her about it? Just so I can tell her, I think your friend died. He jumped off the Quasimir Bridge. Are you serious right now? You're having a good time ignoring the fact that your boyfriend chased me nearly 1.5 miles from your apartment with a metal bat, aren't you? I told him to stop. I had the situation under control. You did too much, like you always do. Like I always do. Tell me. I'm listening. No, you're listening for something to get angry at. Not only do you sound like some crazed axe, you're being completely toxic right now. Oh, damn. I'm being toxic for wanting to hear that you cared about me? Wow. Do not raise your voice at me. You didn't care at all when Asher was doing it. Oh. Yikes. Stop. I'm not putting up with your behavior anymore. I already have to deal with Asher. That is enough, so. That's enough for you? Why? Because he was with you longer? Or is it you're afraid he'll kill your ass if you leave him? Goodbye, Melrose. Live the life you managed to save. Click. I think that went well. The call ended swiftly, and all I could do was stare at my phone. Live the life you managed to save. I snatched the wine cooler bottle from the table, and the next second, it was no longer in my hand. Or crash out, dude! The glass shattered against the wall next to Marlowe's room, my vision blurred with damp streams spilling down my cheeks. He was lying. He just told me anything to sever the relationship. He never mentioned anything like that in the beginning. It was all an excuse, and I couldn't be told otherwise. If I were truly a problem, he would have said so long ago. The one thing you cannot do is lose hope. I don't know who Dr. Love is, but... Oh wait, I do know who Dr. Love is. There's bliss in knowing that every person, every being, everything has someone. The unknown beset you with an unpleasant feelings inside your heart. Jealousy, impatience, anxiety, fear. These are all just things that are unpleasant for the human mind. But these emotions do not have to be negative. They do not have to be shunned. I implore you to feel them. But if you must, remember that here at Love Life, not only are we equipped to channel Eris' fate strings, we are also here to guide you towards a healthy relationship with yourself until you reach your partner. Eros. I sucked my teeth and stood up from the couch. Clack! The same moment, the fountain pen dropped off to the floor and rolled towards the entertainment. We have a 90% approval rate in our work, but with it comes a disclaimer that even if we tune the energies of Eros to find your lover, there is a chance you may not meet them in your lifetime. That makes no sense at all. However, you may be surprised to hear the success rate of those who pray to him. We are merely a bridge for those timid or skeptical, but the real magic is in the prayer. Hi, Clover. Hello. Man, we've been yapping a lot. We haven't even seen any of the guys. Tech Jimmy, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Welcome in. So even if for a second you find yourself wanting to test the waters, please try. If not, know that Love Life Studio has its doors open for you. Now then, I will turn this segment over to my colleague. It's all just some cult bullshit. Eros doesn't care. Or maybe he does, but he certainly doesn't care about me. My eyes fell towards the fountain pen on the floor, gleaming under the dim light from the ceiling. Hell, I wouldn't put it past him if he cursed us. The whole family being cursed with singlehood or dying after love. Psyche was a beautiful woman who wanted a suitor, and he antagonized her. Kept her lonely, scared away any other potential man that would want her. When she finally lashed out and nearly killed him, his fellow friends and Aphrodite tried to execute her. Drove her to run for her life and hide. If she didn't survive, my entire bloodline wouldn't exist. If only she had struck him in the heart, maybe she would have killed him. Lord, hello? You're the son of Psyche? Or a descendant of Psyche? This is not how I remember the myth of Psyche. It may be a little different. The fountain pen continued to gleam under the light, and my focus landed on the embedded shard. It was his own bow and arrow that caused that to happen to him. The fountain pen bears the piece of the arrow she used. What if, for a single moment, I could finish him? What if I had the chance to kill Eros? Oh my god, we said the title! Holy shit! Quasimir City, Streetway, 9 a.m. Yeah, I'm the yandere. He said the thing, the drop, the title drop. Thanks for your patience, the traffic is kind of crazy today. Woman A, oh, don't worry about it, this morning rush is always difficult, isn't that right, baby? Goo. Need any help carrying it in? No, I'll just use my feet to nudge it. Take care now, okay? Bye-bye. What's going on here? Bye. I walked down the steps to my car parked along the sidewalk. Pioneer Express is a delivery service ranging from local restaurants, fast food, and grocery stores. I make my own schedule for what days and what times I'll be working. So long as there are orders lined up in my area, I won't be hurting too much. Obviously, that was temporary. However, like my love life, I don't have a career either. The self-diss? Besides, sacrifices are a given for paying the rent, especially if you won't be getting split with Marlowe anymore. Alright, looks like the next one is a fast food pickup. The other night's insanity kept replaying in my head. Perhaps I had a little too much to drink. And high ups for something largely impossible. But it wasn't the first time that I'd conjured up some bizarre idea, and it wouldn't be the last. However, the idea of using something like Eros as a punching bag was far more comforting than cursing at my loved ones. Yeah, Eros is the problem. Gotta flub my ass. Knocking out a couple more deliveries within the last 2 hours, I took a break and got something to eat. There's a bug on my wall. Stop it. There's no longer a bug on my wall. How you liking it so far, guys? How you liking the game? We've seen no eligible bachelors, but I've yapped a lot. Hey, how are you doing? What are you having today, Rose Boy? Breakfast sandwich special with the chia latte. Is it chia or chai? Cool, will that be all? Yeah. Here's your total. Let me get your receipt and your order will be ready shortly, man. Can't stand you. What'll I do? Let's say I missed the beginning. It seems like I'm in time for the good part. You really are. You really are. The blue of the sky could fool anyone into believing it was a hot summer day, but the air was as cold as early winter. The outside eatery of the cafe wasn't as packed compared to the inside. The birds chirped and cars honked in the distance. City life may not be nature friendly here, but the mornings were the best times to relax and enjoy it all. Surely they will have a petal latte cafe where Marlowe lives. Husband couldn't possibly let her down in that department. If not, that just meant pop-ups from Marlowe driving 104 miles to eat this cafe would become a common routine. 104 miles? I tried to drop some designs while I ate. I figured I'd start keeping the pen with me again after yesterday. Something to think about my parents through. Past a numerable amount of scribbled and scratched up papers were various intricately designed tattoos. Ooh. Very cool, very cool. When most people saw them, the first thing they'd ask if I was a tattoo artist, and I would say no. It's just a fond hobby. It's just a fond hobby, given I like to get them, even if they sometimes leave me feeling regret. Now it's time to figure out what I'll change this one to be. Oh! Yikes, bro. Yee. Oh no, we are the problem. We are the problem. Not the 8-month situationship tattoo. You're toast, buddy. You're toast. It's not Eris's fault anymore, it's yours. He's so cooked. Oh, here's the moment they're gonna do it. Do what? I looked up from the page and caught sight of a couple some tables away, hands clasped and leaning toward each other. Right before their lips touch, the cashier from inside calls their order number, and one gets up to retrieve it. The fuck? Why would you not kiss it and then get up? What are we doing here? Aw, sure they'd finally kiss. The voice was loud and clear, but no one seemed to register it at all. I looked back over my shoulder to get a glimpse of who the onlooker might have been. What I saw was nothing I'd imagined. Oh! Holy shit! Pierced! Sorry, wait, who's this man? Oh my god, finally! Hello, sailor! Pink hair? Oh shit. Uh-oh. That's my weakness. Fuck, how do I do a voice for this? It's definitely gonna happen today. There's a little shy, but hey, they might just have to get into the right mood. A large, bulky man with a sunlit smile and some strange getup practically towered behind me. If nothing else bizarre about this appearance alarmed me, it was the big angelic wings that protruded from his lower back. Can I have his number? Me first, bro. I'm playing the game. Hell yeah. I'll just wait and see how the rest goes. Oh, right. This guy's drawing. At that very moment, he cast his gaze down and our eyes met. His eyes fluttered and flicked about when he registered I was looking at him. As if to make sure he was right, he leaned in closer, to which I leaned back. Wait, can he see me? Hello? No shit, I can see you. Ah! Oh my god. Hey, hold up! He tried to make a turn and make a run for it. I caught onto a small cluster of his feathers. Ow, stop, you'll rip them! A strike to my arm sent me spilling to the ground with a couple dislodged feathers in hand. Wait! The cautious looks around. My suspicions grew by the second, but I couldn't afford to worry about that. I hurriedly collected my things and chased after him. Holy gajillion back. The chase led me up to the rooftop of some apartments, where I found him shyly watching me as I joined him. Despite his enormous size, something about him felt innocent and cute. I snorted, feeling humored. Are you done running now? I can't believe that you're able to see me. Like, really, really able to see me. Yeah, I can see all of your muscular greatness. Did my invisibility cloak fall? That can't be right. The couple and everyone else should have certainly seen me too. Are you human? Pretty sure I'm 100% human. But what are you? Me? I'm a Cupidine. Cupidine? A Cupid? You mean the little angel baby with the bow and arrow? No. Is that what humans think we look like? Close enough, but I'm sorta not a baby, obviously. That you are not. No, tongue out, bro. Little freaky ass, bro. His face reddened at my suggestive agreement, but he carried on as he had before. You know, it's cool that you can see me. I mean, it's not like humans couldn't if I just allowed them to. But we're really supposed to cause... not really supposed to cause, and that may complicate stuff. How so? If humans could, like, tell we're Cupids, they'd be more likely to harass us while we're working. Scouting Cupids have a duty to ensure that they match all of their assigned pairs per day. So we can't afford to let them see us. That and, well, the other thing. Anyway, matchmaking is important. It needs as few distractions as possible. So, what were you doing? I was checking in on one of my lovely pairs. I like to see if they're doing well and monitor their happiness. Oh, how sweet. An irritation festered in my chest, thinking about a set of love-granting angels flying around and making everybody happy. But not me. We could just do what we can. Are you looking to fall in love with someone, too? The way his eyes glistened as he asked me made my brow sweat. I couldn't hold his eye contact. I fixed my lips to deny him, but like a devil's whisper, the thought of Eros in my fountain pen seemed to entice me, though. Perhaps I haven't had much luck with my love life these years. No way, that absolutely sucks. Then please play to Eros. I'll be able to help you find your match then. We don't really have the right to go shooting people willy-nilly, but if your name pops up in the matching pool, that'll give me permission to find your partner without trouble. Is it really that simple? Yeah, it's how we function for myriads now. That's wonderful. It disgusted me. How far up Eros' ass did I have to be to get him to acknowledge my cries enough to send one of his little errand boys before? I think we're gonna be up his ass eventually, buddy. It might be the other way. If it were that easy, why have I failed so much until now? He had to have cursed me, denied me, blocked me out. There's no way it was ever that simple for me. And right now, I find it hard to even accept such a dumb little attempt at a handout. Fuck that. Tell me your name. I'll look out for it when you pray and make sure I'm the one who grab it. Melrose Figueroa. Melrose? Melly. I'll commit your name to memory. He closed the distance between us and took my hand, clasping it between his own. It was so tiny. What? Within his hold that I felt self-conscious. Given you're my first human friend, I'll do everything I can for you. Don't worry about a thing, okay? Okay. A friend deserves to know the other's name. Duh, how could I forget? I'm so sorry, Melly. From here on, just call me Accardi. Accardi the Scouting Cupid. Nice to meet you. The pleasure is really all mine. Actually, I hate to leave though. I only had a little free time in between. We blushing, you blushing a little bit. Ooh. Please send me pink-haired himbo. Please. If you have to go, then you have to go. I have work to get back to, so you're not alone. Thank Olympus. Not about the whole you or I being busy thing, but that it won't be rude to just... Honestly, how silly can you get? I'll leave before I fumble my exit any further. Bye. Not as flirting instantly. Up and away. Oh, there he goes. I love him. Just want to poke his tit once. I get it. With that, he flexed his large pair of wings and catapulted in the air with great speed. A pink heart-shaped tear formed in the sky, and he disappeared into it, taking all signs of this exchange even existing with him. Accardi, huh? Assuming I haven't gone even more insane than I am, he's cute. He's cute. A new Pioneer Express request chimed from my phone, and I left the rooftop along with the bizarre experience behind. Ooh, okay, we got our first one. I don't know. I think there's three. Bachelors. 3 love interests. The traffic was brutal in this part of the city. Being the heart, it was bound to have the most activity. Some festive stuff caused them to block off several roads. That would have been a heads up to me if I'd actually dared to pay attention to this morning's news fully. I ended up having to leave my car in a parking lot up the street and walk down the sidewalk to the studio carrying the huge bag in my arms. Sir Celine, thank you for the raid. Thank you. What is up, gamer? What is up? How are you doing? How was your stream? What were you up to? Tell me all about it. I want to hear. I want to hear. I must know. Hi, welcome in. Welcome in. So good to have you. Brady Shork. That checks out. I can see that. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Hello, welcome in Raiders. My name is Aster, aka Punkpup. I'm a ghost dog VTuber and a voice actor, and overall, kind of a stinky mutt. We're currently playing some 2-kill arrows right now. Crash Out Crew? Oh, what's that? That sounds fun. No, we're crashing out in this game, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. But yeah, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. It's very stinky. Lies. Only a little bit. All right. And then, you know, if you got a raid and run, that's fine too. If you're tired, totally valid. Be sure to rest up. Thank you again for leaving your community with me. I really appreciate it. I was just hydrating. Think, how'd you know? How'd you know? All right, let's hop back into it. As another person went in, I rushed in behind them to avoid getting stuck outside the door. Oh, we're at Love Life Studio. Oh, shit. Food delivery. Where's the receptionist? There was no one to greet me at the front desk, just an empty chair and a sign saying, "Be back soon." I didn't want to wait around to ensure that someone picked up the order given. I had other plans. However, the traction of in and out goers was so frequent that someone could simply steal the bag if they wanted to. Or maybe steal something from it. Fine, whatever. I leaned against the desk, impatiently wrapping my fingers against the wood. Eventually, a booming voice and commotion came from the back halls. What the hell was that? An angry man came storming past me and slammed his hands on the desks. Where did she go? She should have been back by now. Where the hell is our food? Food? The man looked at me and then at the large brown bag next to me. Yes, food. Is that it? If you ordered something from Surf and Taco, then yeah. Hell no. What is going on? Where the fuck is our food? I don't know. I got an order from Surf and Taco directed here, and I'm waiting on the owner to come confirm it. The man scoffed and rolled his eyes, extending his hand to take the bag. Well, I'm the owner. Are you testing my intelligence now? You just said you didn't order this. I grabbed his hand and flung it away, earning a glare from him. Whoa, calm down there. What does it matter? Don't you want to leave anyway? Surely you have better things to get to. I'm sure you know that even if that's obvious, there is another perfectly good reason I'm waiting around for the actual owner. Look, I don't care. I'm hungry. Barbs hasn't gotten my team our food, and we're starving, so I'm taking this bag, and she can deal with the disappointment when she comes back. I don't think you understand how much I don't care about your problem either. I won't be getting a bad review because you want to steal someone else's food. What are you, some damn food police or something? Bro, shut the fuck up. Man, I just want to be left with a 5-star review and possibly a tip. I have no fucks to give beyond that. Will you give a fuck about this, little man? The guy shoved his palm against my shoulder and reached his grubby hands into the bag. Ew! Immediately, I shoved him back and snatched the container. Ugh! No hesitation, the man punched me dead in the jaw, and I fell into the counter. Oh my god, help! Are they fighting at the entrance? Is that Kevin? As the man attempted to have his way again, I grabbed his arm and pinned him down on the desk with it twisted behind his back. Ow, 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 ow! Ow, that hurts. It hurts so badly. Stop it. Crazy bastard! You punched me in the face. The man wildly threw his head back straight into my face, causing my nose to throb and my eyes to blur with tears. I relinquished my hold on him, reeling in the pressure exerted from the impact. Dazed, I took a few steps back and touched my nose, finding the palm of my hand stained with red. Oh, wait, hold on. As if realizing he made a grave mistake, the man held up his hands to surrender, but my fist still connected to his face. Oh. I took him down to the ground, and when it felt like all my restraint had just washed away, a firm hand wrapped around my raised fist. Sorry, but I can't have this escalating any further than it already has. Oh. Hello. Hello. Hi. So funny to me you like this. So funny to me you like that. The little fang. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Did they have horns? Those fingers? What is up with this guy actually? Yeah. What the hell? Do they have demons here? I looked to my right to find a tall, unkempt man hovering beside me with a cascade of long pastel pink hair. I got 2 pink hairs? Whether I'd been hit too hard and my mind was playing games on me, this man sported huge horns protruding from his skull and a pair of black wings. Oh. He wasn't human, even more apparent from his eyes hidden behind the shades. I blinked a few times and rubbed my eyes, but his image remained the same. You're the one who delivered the surf and taco order, yes? Can you stand? Yeah. Allow me to talk with you for a moment. In my dumbfoundedness, I allowed him to lift me to my feet and lead me toward the back hall. This man deadass looks like a VTuber. He kinda do. Wait, what about me? He struck me too. I'm hurt and hungry. Whoa. How do I turn off the how do I turn off the window for a second? Hold on. You deserve everything you just received. By the way, Bob's told me to order from there because her car broke down and she couldn't bring us the pizza. What? Why didn't anyone tell me? Stop looking for people to be angry with and feed your pothole. This way, sir. He's taking me in the office. Whoa. He led me into a studio room and eased me down into a quilted couch in front of his desk. I'm about to break this couch. The quietness compared to the muffled commotions outside made me even more conscious of his strange appearance. His beating heart cavity was hard to ignore. He must have noticed my discomfort as he immediately buttoned his shirt. Oh, so that is just straight up his heart. Apologies if too much skin is uncomfortable for you. Skin? Was that not the issue? I mean, your heart. Your heart is... Let's see here. They should be in this drawer. He walked to retrieve some napkins and brought them back, taking hold of my face. It's a little too close. It doesn't appear to have bled much. You'll be fine. I assure you that such barbaric behavior doesn't take place here often. Kevin can be ill-tempered, but I suppose today's angriness got the better of him. There is no good excuse for it, but I hope you'll overlook what happened here. He gently wiped the blood away from the corner of my lip and from my nose. With a light pinch, he gestured for me to blow into the napkin before retreating to toss it in his trash can. Hold on. I like it when he takes care of me. Sorry. He physically assaulted me. On normal grounds, wouldn't someone sue? They would. And I'd understand if you want to. But I'd rather you didn't. Don't want to get your precious studio caught up in legal troubles. Precisely. Whoa, what was that accent? Holy shit. However, the studio's image is at least of my concerns. I'm just a busy man. I'd rather pay you to off myself. It said pay you to off yourself. Pay you off myself and involve legal affairs. 1,000 and I'll shut up about it. Only 1,000, dog? Bro, you gotta ask for more than that. What are we talking about? Is that all? 1,500. Final choice? What the fuck? 2,000! Alright. I'll write you a check for 2,000. Also left you a $20 tip and a 5-star review for gallantly protecting the food. Are you kidding me? I did get my shit rocked. He wasn't. He pulled out a slip and signed it right over for me to deposit with zero hesitation. It was then that I realized who he truly was. You're the radio host, Dr. Love? I was under the impression that you were aware of this already. I guess I stand corrected. You're different from what I imagined you to be like. Many people say that. If there's nothing else that I can do for you, I wouldn't want to keep you any longer than I have. Yeah. Hi, Skitty. What's up? Of course you come here. Of course you come here for the BL game. Of course you're here for the BL game. Not even surprised. Not even surprised. You missed the first love interest, dude. You missed the hunky Cupid. He retrieved a card from his desk and handed it to me while adjusting his glasses. If you're aware of my show, then you must also know that we provide love consultations here. Therapy for my love life? Why do you think I need this, huh? You're giving off the energy of a single and struggling man. So, whoa! Do not clock me like that. Do not clock me like that. He clocked me. Oh, really? Do you find that funny, Dr. Love? I'm just offering to help you fix that if you so desire. An option, if you will. Thanks, I guess. Please, hold your thanks until you decide to actually receive my aid. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to help myself to lunch before my coworkers go gorge it all. Gorge it. You can eat normal food? Dr. Love raised a skeptical brow at me, but I decided to leave the conversation alone. Whatever I was seeing probably wasn't anything at all. Or he was doing a good job of ignoring it. Ooh, I bet he looks normal to everybody else, but not to us. I bet he looks normal to everybody else. He lets everyone else see him, but with that, we see him as he really is, some sort of deity. Ooh, I get it now. Hi, puppy. Dante, what's up? Need the third love option to appear so I can make my choice. I know, me too. It was best to just leave it. If I stayed any longer, his gracious gestures would take a turn for the worst. Do have safe travels to whatever your next endeavors are, Mr. Melrose. He bowed his head and gestured for me to leave first. Brave of me to try to do a British accent for an entire main character. Very brave of me. I quit working for the day and went to my car. As I got in, my phone vibrated with a text. Mar? I won't be coming home tonight, but I'll be over first thing tomorrow at noon. We can grab some food before we move the rest of my things. I can only imagine what she and Esmond were having a great time with no desire to end it soon. I grabbed the steering wheel and let out a loud sigh. You want the narrator? Bro, the narrator's a freak. Bro, they're a freak. I've only heard your silly ass British, but this one's really good. I've done silly ass British. That's the best I've ever done an accent. I need a break. Let's go get a drink. I can fix them. I don't know. You didn't see the beginning. Dr. Love's check contributed to a night of fun at the club. I had dropped my car off back at the apartment and walked the distance, and Solar Bar wasn't a very long walk. I'd be lying if I said I didn't hope to see Hendy. Since Solar had 2 locations, he'd work some shifts at this one too. Brother Christ. You just saw 2 amazingly gorgeous men. Do not be talking about Hendy. Now that we weren't together anymore, I no longer knew what the schedule was, or if he even worked there anymore. You were here the whole time? Oh yeah. I forgot. Sorry, your name was the same color as Skitty. All signs of his having been in my life faded, except for the tattoo of his name on my leg. Ugh. Hendy's a fucking hater. I should change his name to... Oh yeah, we're drunk. Hendy's a fucking hater. I should change his name to look like a dick. Never mind, that'd be embarrassing. The barkeep limited me to no drinks and told me to head home while I could still walk. But I tried to linger as long as I could for Hendy. He never showed up. My feet swerved in a clumsy waltz down the quiet streets of the night. The slight breeze of winter and the crisp, cold, fresh air in my lungs made me crack a smile. It also kept me aware that I wasn't at home or in the comfort of my bed yet. So that meant I had to keep moving my legs. So all blue names look alike, huh? A little bit. A little bit, yeah. It was just me in the dark street, illuminated by a single working street light. The city had been too busy funneling money or other repairs to bother with fixing a few bulbs. Most nights this never bothered me, and tonight it wouldn't have either. But oddly enough, in my bliss, I felt a remarkable chill, and a sixth sense that something had been watching me once I passed the last light. Oh no! Don't be a big, muscular, beefy man! My pace quickened. A set of heels soon joined the sway of my feet, fighting for stability. With a subtle look to my left and then to my right, there was no other person around me. Not even behind me. I reached for the fountain pen in my jacket and firmly clenched it in the palm of my hand. What are you doing with that? What's your plan? You stabbing somebody with that? Oh, if push came to shove, I had thought to use it as a weapon. I see. The apartments weren't too far away now. However, there was a cut through an alley that I needed to make. The not-so-subtle footsteps were still with me, yet no presence to be seen. Either my mind was playing games or the streets were haunted. Regardless, my unease wouldn't settle until I was at the door to my apartment. Meow. Oh my god, kitty! Kitty! A pristine white cat bolted out from behind the nearby dumpster, clattering littered cans in its wake. Oh no, the next love interest! It's a cat! It stopped in front of me, looking at my startled face. You're not the partner that's been following me, right? The partner? You're not the partner! Meow. I figured as much. You'll give someone a heart attack skulking behind like that. Suddenly, my nose filled with the smell of a fresh bouquet and a subtle hint of death. Without a second thought, I turned my head to see who was behind me. Again, there was no one there. What the hell? Just come with me and stop playing around already. I tried to keep my voice steady in hopes to keeping whatever or whoever it was cautious, but the fear and trembling inside betrayed me. I really hoped it was all in my head. After a couple of seconds standing there, nothing happened at all. I felt safe enough to turn around and... I have wanted to talk to you. Ah! Oh! Good heavens! Good heavens! Hello, sir! Where did you come from? Oh my god. Oh no. A third love interest. What am I gonna do? Oh no. Uh-oh. I guess I'm just gonna have to invite them all over and have them take turns on me while I'm blindfolded. Oh no. And tied to the bed. Oh no. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna choose? Wow, who said that? That was crazy. Dude, the wind is crazy today. Anyways, I lost my footing and fell backwards, but I didn't hit the ground. His firm hand gripped my wrist. Why'd you clip that? That's an awful clip. Slipping to clasp my hand and kept me steady enough to dangle. All day. What? You met the scouting cupid and the forecaster today. I couldn't let the day roll over without meeting you myself. If they could, why couldn't I? I recalled the two instances quickly and refocused my attention on actually observing the man. The tall man. The discolored hands, the sharp nails, the crimson wings, the dim glow of a beating heart in the opening of his blouse all showed that he wasn't human. Okay, so we have two people that have open hearts. And then, but Dr. Love had black wings and this guy has red wings. What'd that mean? What'd that mean? I swallowed hard, feeling his other arm slip around my back to fix my posture. Oh no, not the small of my back. I'm weak there. Now, I could have let you see me ages ago, but it's more exhilarating when the human eye sees what it isn't supposed to see. Who could have possibly known? He turned his gaze to the fountain pen still clenched in my fist, then back to me. I was stunned for words. Anything that came to mind turned to mush the moment I thought to move my lips. His stare felt as intense as a spotlight beam, as if every tiny action was being watched and observed. Cat got your tongue? Meow. Was that not funny? You are here after all. He addressed the cat. I froze and watched as a simple smile on his face twisted gleefully with his next set of words. Oh my god, he is wicked! That's an insane face card, bro! Whoa! That smile is insane! Oh my god. Bro's evil. You know, your life has been full of amazing episodes. I didn't expect you to jump 3 weeks ago. You are always thwarting my expectations. I find that quite fascinating. Fascinating? What's more is that inside you is something destructive. His fingers hooked into the collar of my shirt and pulled me closer. Unconsciously, I grabbed onto him for support with my feet now entirely off the ground. Mommy? The things you are capable of when you dare to let go. And just when I think you're finally gonna cross the line, you never do. You sound angry at that. Do I? It is the contrary, actually. What do you want from me? Nothing, but for you to keep being as you are and doing what you are doing. He let go of me and then leaned down to my eye level. I will see what you intend to do with this new world opened up to you. The world of higher beings. What are you? His expression flickered for a moment, and he paused for quite a while before he responded to me. Whoa. His wings are like digital, or like glass or something. You are speaking to a god, but not the one you want. Vitale. I am Vitale, a god of something. The something doesn't matter right now, but I know very well who the god is that you want. The god of something. You can be the god of this whole, Eros is who you want, yes. Unfortunately for you, that will be difficult. I don't know. Killing him isn't impossible. Just difficult, as of now. Horror filled my face, and I pushed away from him, stumbling backwards. Just how much did he know? Bro's been stalking me, bro. He's a stalker. He's a stalker. Actually, the true reason I'm here is to tell you that this wild temptation is achievable. Why? So that you can laugh at my puny attempts to try something that ridiculous? His expression flickered again, and he paused before he responded to me as he did before. I'm choosing to answer a question for me. Whether you choose to do it Succeed at it or fail, I will have my answer. What if I don't do it at all? Are you not listening? I will have my answer regardless. Okay, but how? How do I? My confusion brought a soft smile to his face, one unlike the various others that he'd been plastering on. As you would seek any other god, in prayer, or simply call my name, because it is you, I will make time. We got a personal god? Oh, personal goth god? Let's fucking go, bro. It's really that easy with people like you, huh? With you people. Perhaps. Nudging me with the back of his hand, he ushered me toward my apartments. Return to your home and sleep. No matter the position you make, I will be here to see it through. I'll show you a position or two. Hey, yo! I need water. I looked back at him warily, and he faded before my eyes as if camouflaging into our surroundings. Knowing that he was likely still there watching made me more self-conscious, but somehow it was enough to get me into the building, into my apartment with ease. Good heavens. Hi, Pokemon. Oh. Select your route. He's locked, guys. He's locked out. He's locked out. We couldn't even pick him if we wanted. Damn. Who we picking? You don't really have a choice, but who are we picking? Oh, we're calling your name, all right. The blue ball lockout. Jesus. Whoa, seeing a lot of ones, seeing a lot of twos. Oh my goodness. Dr. Strangelove over here. Captain Nipples. Man, you guys hate my boy. You guys hate my boy Acardi. That's fucked up. Anyways, I love Acardi, so. Hi, Cardi. Hey, Cardi B. Our votes didn't even matter. I told you they didn't matter. Thought this was a democracy? Hell no. Hell no. This is a cult and I'm the leader. First of all. What if I just stop there? I don't know how much more of this game there is. It is a cult. Now you blue balling logging us out too. What? I mean, it's just the demo. It's just the demo. We'll play the full game when it comes out. Obviously. Swear to God. I'll do a little more. How about that? I'll do a little more. My weight dropped against the bed in my dark room, unable to cave to the lull of sleep just yet. I couldn't stop thinking about Acardi's promise. Could this be the opportunity for the change I wanted? The hopeful sensation was merely the surface area of darker thoughts. Killing Eros was possible. I just needed to get to where he was. I just needed to get closer. As sweet as Acardi is, I pegged him. Okay, say less. Whoa, say less. To be the gullible and easier to twist around my finger if I wanted to. We're evil, dude. This isn't about love. I want revenge. Rolling onto my back, Riccardi, I sighed and stared at the ceiling. With a humble heart, I pray to you, Eros, please help find my one true love. Thespia, matching pool, a Cardi POV. Finishing my scout work and returning to Thespia, I sat beside the matching pool and intensely awaited his name's arrival. I didn't know we were on other POVs. Oh shit. I just got back. Is this Yowie? No. No. I have to keep my eyes peeled. Any moment it could arrive. Melly is counting on me. My eyes watered from hours of not blinking, but my determination was stronger than any try stinging. I had a human friend, and he actually needed my help. I made an actual promise, one that he could hear and affirm. I couldn't bear the idea of giving him false hope. You're here already? Shouldn't you be resting? Don't worry about him. The Cardi's always like this. The younger they are, the more energetic. I want to get a head start on my matching tomorrow. So you're taking from those still getting assigned right now? Nothing says you can't do that, but it is a little overboard. Then pick them already. What are you waiting for? What are you asking me to do? If you're getting a head start, you only need to pick the names you'll do tomorrow, right? Just get them and go rest already. You're not being picky, are you? Of course not. I'd never even think of discriminating. Good, because it's against the rules. So what's your holdup? Leave them alone. The newbies been having their little rituals that they do before they pick. I've changed that guy's voice like 3 times. Maybe he was waiting for someone to join him. I could only smile at their back and forth, shifting my eyes to the pool. I couldn't miss his name. But with their constant talking, I worried that maybe I already had. What if Melly's prayer arrived before I came back? That would mean that one of the other scouting cupids was going to fulfill his request. What a baby, come on. Huh? We'll pick names together so that you can run along. But I didn't ask them to do this. Are you sure? There's no reason to rush for your process for me. Rush? What? Why are you making this difficult? Just pick names. If I tried to stall any longer, he'd get even more agitated. He really wasn't any higher than me in the hierarchy, but because he'd been alive for longer, he was practically my superior. And all scouting cupids had to respect their superiors. Okay, let's go over here. We each gathered up as many names as we could, and in the end, I didn't see Melly's name. No, there, now we all have a head start for tomorrow. Now you can go to bed. Why are you being so hard on him, huh? Look what you did. He's not as chipper as he was moments ago. You started to Kermit. No, I'm not upset. Don't worry about me. The lack of energy just settled in. See, that's why I said go to bed. Our sleep is important. You should value the fact that we can even sleep. The facilitators have it way worse than us. I'm sorry? Is this idiot apologizing to me? Enough already. Let him be and let's go. We have other things to attend to. He looked like he had a lot more to say to me. I mean, a whole lot. But the other Cupidian was older than both of us, so we had no choice but to listen. I lagged behind as they began to depart, feeling disappointed that they'd intercepted my efforts. Instead of checking in on the others, I could just visit him. Splash! Mid-thought, the matching pool had a fresh arrival of names. The other two had gone far enough down the hall that they wouldn't be able to get in my way. I hurried back to the pool and I couldn't hold back the smile on my face. Don't worry, Melly. I've got you. Ooh. Ooh. Why is your Kermit so accurate? Because that's just me, dog. My back was aching from all the heavy lifting I had been doing. We loaded the last of Marlowe's things into the moving truck, and she was on the road back to Esmond's place. We went out to catch a movie prior, and I had a little talk, all of which I fought hard to convince her I would be fine. But after she was gone, I wasn't so sure. Melly! I jolted off the couch and fell to the floor. What the fuck? Oopsie, that was not my intention. He scooped me up on my arms and sat me back on the couch apologetically. Oh my god, he's so strong. You didn't register that I was here, so I had to make myself visible. What? I didn't register you? Yeah, it was almost like every other human encounter. My eyes wandered to the fountain pen on the table, and suddenly everything became clearer. The fountain pen allows me to see you then. Really? Wow, it must be a pretty important item. What did you come here for? I grabbed the pen and put it in my pants pocket. I couldn't have him getting too curious about it. Oh, I got your name out of the matching pool, so I can find your partner. Isn't that cool? I finished all my other matches, and I checked in all my other pairs, so now I can focus on you. He pulled out a white and fancy bow reminiscent of a harp, and then drew the string back to form an arrow. The process might be a little alarming. I probably shouldn't have done it when you couldn't see me, huh? No worries. I just need to shoot you in your chest first, and then I'll go find your partner. Wait! I stood up quickly, startling him enough to lower the bow. What's wrong? Is it too scary? I was hoping you could help me a different way. A different way? I closed the distance between us, joining him in front of the coffee table. Raising a hand, my fingertips briefly grazed the bow before he put it away. Sorry, we're not allowed to let humans touch them. Understandably so, Psyche shot arrows with his own, and I doubt he'd want to repeat his minions. Have you heard of the natural methods humans use to fall in love? I've seen it. From people who don't pray to be matched or believe in eros. It's a lot slower, but just as cute. Why do you ask? You know who my partner is now, right? He furrowed his brow slightly, unable to look me in the eye before nodding his head. Do you actually? Yes! How else could I find them otherwise? Then I want you to guide me to them. No arrows involved. I want to find and get to know them naturally. But that... You're too busy for something like that, huh? More personal than a little checkup to see how things are going. No, it's not like that. I just don't understand. What's the difference between having our involvement or not? How do humans spark adoration without us, and what's so special? What does it feel like? Maybe if I understood, I could help you better. Hi, Francis. Oh. We can touch something else. Hey. He averts his eyes again, and I can feel that there is something more beneath his words, something that he's hiding. It doesn't seem like he has any intention of telling me, though. Regardless, he gave me what I wanted. Way in. That's all I need, buddy. Yeah! That's all I need. I'll teach you, or better. I'll show you. But you need a partner for that. We'll find them together, but as we do, I'll tell you all about my relationships. The good parts. And other people's. We'll study romance. I'll tell you how crushes work, how confessions work, how dating works, and the various acts of intimacy. How does that sound to you, Accardi? He visibly swallowed, and his gaze wouldn't connect with mine at all. He seemed to retreat into his thoughts, and for a moment, it felt like I wouldn't be able to get any further than this. What the heck? Let's do it! It'll mean that I have to spend my days even more meticulously to fit time for you, but it's worth it. I've always wanted to learn, and you're my friend, so I have to support you. Oh, good. Then we'll have to... Oh, let's fucking go! Yeah! I'm getting all in there. Cardi rushed to wrap his big arms around me, hugging me tightly, my face pressed against his broad and soft chest. I'm so excited, like really excited. Don't worry, I'll do my best to help you find them without spoilers. I can't believe I'm gonna witness the full process. Thank you, Melly, you're so cool. Don't thank me yet. Don't thank me yet. We haven't even started. I don't care. I'm grateful. It was overwhelming. The amount of overjoyed happiness that he radiated was too much. My face turned a shade of red, and I didn't know what to do with my hands as he hugged and swayed me. I felt uncomfortable, but it wasn't because of his actions. It just didn't feel right. Icardi. He is innocent, big puppy. He's himbo. Poor himbo. With the newly formed pact, I continued life as normal. Icardi promised to come and see me whenever he had a free window, so all I could do was wait. In the meantime, I was growing painfully aware of just how much I didn't want to stay in the apartment. The landlady finally had family fly home to visit. She introduced me to her son the first day, but he didn't hide his disapproval of me. It wouldn't surprise me if he was the reason she wasn't popping by as much. Marlo found time to call, and when she couldn't, we mostly talked through texts. Some of which she'd seen, but left unread. Regardless, we still talked, and that was okay. I dropped my head on the couch pillow and grabbed the remote. Just as I was about to change the channel, Icardi phased through my ceiling. Whoa! Found it! Let me guess, you phased into the wrong apartment like last time. It isn't easy to remember your exact location, other than that it's the top floor, Melly. I sat on the couch and crossed my arms. So what have you been doing? Right, I wanted to talk to you. His nervous look told me it probably wasn't something important, and he felt hesitant to share beforehand. It was, probably. Go on. About your partner. I don't... Stop! Uh-huh. Whatever you're gonna say, don't say it. I was only gonna say... Do not say it. He huffed a concerned sigh, then remained silent with a perplexed expression for a long minute. I had no clue what he was going to say, but the possibilities terrified me to think of the words that he could say. I don't know who your partner is. You... don't yell at me. I was so eager to grab your name from the pool the other day that I didn't pay attention to your link. What? Link? When I told you I knew who your partner was, I was lying. I don't know them yet. But that's where the new plan comes in. I still have your name. I could put your name back into the matching pool and it should link to your partner. Let's hold off on that bit for a bit. Why should we? I think that'd be really, really counterproductive if I don't know. And you will learn. I just think we should spend a little time being ignorant so that you can understand the feelings I'm trying to teach you. Oh, is it lesson time? I'm all ears. Here, let me... Icardi scrambled to plop down on the couch next to me, reminiscent of an energetic puppy. He smiled and his eyes twinkled eagerly. Okay. So humans don't have this sole extra sense or direct answer on who their lifetime partners or soulmates might be. Each day is a blind search. A lot of days you come up empty-handed. Icardi perked up, tipping his head off to one side as he enthusiastically intercepted my talking point. That's why praying to Eros is easier. It eliminates having to find them yourself, because we will do our best to unite you. That defeats the point, but it makes for an easier time, I guess. True, but that's not how humans who prefer natural selection, or those that don't believe in Eros, want to handle it. Little by little, you're living your life. There are maybe highs and lows while you're wandering. You're wandering? Wandering? Wondering. What? I trailed off into an unwarranted train of thought, much to Icardi's curiosity. Eyelashes batted with anticipation for me to continue. Before he could become any more zealous about it, I pulled myself together. Wondering whether your lover will arrive and then one day you run into somebody. You don't understand it, but there's a spark, and suddenly you're seeing them often. You're getting to know this person. Does it make you happy? Yes. Ecstatic. The more time you spend with them, the more you learn about them, the more they learn about you. Any fear or reservations you had, secrets you've held are all given to them. And they take good care of you, right? In an ideal relationship, yes. They do, and you sit and assess the time you've spent together, whether long or short, and then the golden question comes. Will you marry me? All too excited, Icardi interrupted my train of thought, and I couldn't help giving him a wry smile. Not quite. I mean, he could, but that's not where I was going yet. Oh, excuse me, sorry. The golden question is whether this person is the love of your life. Is this person made for you? Are they your soulmate, your one and only? That sounds magical. Yeah. Even so, he still appeared to be rather thoughtful about what I'd said, hard at thinking while tapping his chin. But it's so different from what... But it's not so different if you pray to Eros, though. We don't disclose who your partner is to you. Isn't that the same? No, it's not. Because you already prayed for it to happen. If on the same day or the next day you mysteriously run into someone, your mind will think, Eros answered my prayers. You are my soulmate. So no, not the same. It's magical, but it's not the same as taking shots in the dark and getting a lucky strike. Trying to take some shots in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. Maybe it'd be better if you had a love forecaster then. Love forecaster? They go by love forecasters in Thespiae, but in the human realm, they're just consultants. Like Dr. Love? Oh, you've met him? Yeah, he and some people that work with him are Thespiae's oldest forecasters. They're the closest to the method that you're talking about. They kind of prepare you and your partner and tell you where you might find them and what they're like, but they don't interfere or help you find your partner in the world. Only guide. Wow, Eros really does cover all his tracks. Enough to have his hand in almost every little affair, huh? I guess you could say that. They're a lot closer to humans than the rest of us. It's unfortunate how they're treated, though. How they're treated? Well, hierarchy stuff, you know. They're just as efficient as their jobs as anyone else. I'd totally recommend it if you weren't already asking me to help. Please don't change your mind. By the way, I know they're probably easier to work with, but I'm already here. He all but shoved himself into my face. The desperation formed through into a little pout. Of course, he didn't need to worry about a single thing. I'd be stupid to switch my plan when this one was more within my control. Whoa, relax. I have no intention of asking anyone else. We're friends, after all. Haha, yeah! Ooh. After a little more chattering, Icardi hurried back to Thespiae, and I gathered my notepad to detail everything I knew thus far. Thespiae is the realm when these Cupidine preside, which means Eros is there. They have a structured system for their matchmaking and hierarchy. Icardi is a scouting Cupid, but his status must be higher than a love forecaster. Given his statement about them being closer to humans, he was likely stronger too. I needed to find out more about his capabilities and potentially get him to bring me to Thespiae. The facilitator. The facilitator. Are you guys seeing that crazy shit that's been happening on to my game? Or is that just me? Don't make me do this. Oh, did you realize I have not saved this entire time? Yes? Oh, that's annoying. Cool, cool. Love that. Love that for me. Haha, love, get it? Haha, love that. Because we're okay. Oh. Thank you for the headpad, Zero. Thank you. The glitch at the bottom? Yeah. All right, goobers. that's about as much as I can get through today. I gotta rest up my voice a little bit. I'm also doing a lot of streaming this week, so I can't go super long for every stream, but I had a lot of fun. We could definitely play again in the future, especially when the game fully comes out. I'm excited for that. So